Welcome to the exciting and new podcast. This is a mini, and I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
I'm Dana.
And I'm Mike.
Yeah, we got a
Welcome,
guest
Mike.
this week. It's been a while. Whew. What have you watched lately, Mike? Have you seen any new shows or movies?
Yeah. The other day I saw there's a new documentary on Netflix called The Greatest Night in Pop.
I had that on my list too. I watched that. Yeah,
And
really
it's
good.
all about the making of We Are the World.
Yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
yeah.
It was very good.
I'm surprised they had that much footage from behind the scenes. There was some really good footage. The Stevie Wonder shit with Bob
yeah.
Dylan, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder doing Bob Dylan's voice, imitating Bob Dylan to show him how his part was. Because Bob Dylan was trying to do his part, and he was like,
Bob Dylan's the worst.
he stood.
shit,
He
he's
saw,
the
am I right? He just stood there like a.
Yeah.
He looked so dumb. I was just like,
I wonder if he doesn't know how to perform other people's music. Since he,
everybody did their parts around him, and then he was just like, oh, sing.
It's like, are you listening to what everybody else is singing? Do you have a different song in your head?
It reminds me of David St. Hubbins and Nigel when they were trying to sing Heartbreak Hotel. It's like, same key, right?
It was a good documentary, though. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
So is it all footage from that night?
Well, they talked to Lionel Richie now,
yeah.
Bruce Springsteen now,
Yeah.
right? A couple others.
Because, I mean, almost everybody's still alive, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the only one I can think of is Michael
Rogers
Jackson.
isn't.
Who?
Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers is there, I
Michael
forgot.
Jackson.
Waylon Jennings walked out.
Harry Belafonte, Al Jarreau.
Okay, more than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Stevie Wonder started singing Swahili, Waylon Jennings walked out and said, no country boys sing Swahili.
There's Swahili in We Are the World.
He was trying to
he was
get it
trying
in
to
there.
get Swahili.
And then they were like, they don't speak Swahili in Ethiopia.
I gotta watch that. How long
I
is it
think we
long?
should sing it anyway.
Oh, my
Is
God.
it just a
It's
movie, like one part? Like,
Yeah,
one
it's
thing?
like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Good. That's my thing. That's my kind
That
of
was
thing.
good, though. I
Yeah.
watched it the other night, too, yeah.
And then the only other thing I watched was Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, okay. I've seen
I
that.
watched
saw
that.
that. Yeah.
That was better than I
enjoyed it for
expected
what
Yeah,
it was.
I
You know?
fun.
Yeah.
I won't watch Six Nights at Freddy's though if they make
I'm
it.
sure to make a sequel because it was like,
I think this
it's probably
did well.
cheap.
They're
And
going to make
yeah.
a sequel.
Who was in it? Someone starred in
Yeah.
it. Who was the
Josh
star?
The dude-
Hutcherson.
Yeah, the dude from the Hunger Games.
Oh, the guy. Yeah.
And
the-
since
the
he's
cuck.
been in that, people are like his I don't want to say online presence, but he is hot on TikTok right now.
curating?
Yeah.
Who, Josh Hutcherson?
Yeah, they're doing this whole thing where they'll be like, oh, look what's behind this curtain, or look what's under this pillow, or look what's behind this door. And all of a sudden, the person on TikTok will open it, and it's kind of like a Rickroll, but then it's just clips of Josh Hutcherson being cute, doing cute things. But it was just over and over, and every other video, it was like, oh, you're going to see, is this cake or not cake? And then they cut it, and Josh Hutcherson's in it, and you're like, God damn it.
He should have changed his name
every
to
time.
Hutchinson before he got famous because that's
yes,
annoying.
it
That his
is
name's
hard
not
to say.
Hutchinson.
Yeah.
I just saw him too. He was the big bad guy in The Beekeeper.
Oh, that Jason Statham movie?
Yeah.
So you saw that.
Yeah.
You didn't bring that up.
Yeah,
You
we
said
actually
all I
saw
saw
recently.
was.
Well,
You don't want to bring that up? How terrible was that? Because it looks dreadful by the commercials. But
I mean,
the
it's-
title is just horrible. The Beekeeper. Like,
oh well, wait. It's even better because there was a preview for Aaron Eckhart as the bricklayer.
Oh my
And
God.
he's killing everybody with a trowel.
that's kind of
Is
funny.
that real or is it
I
a joke?
Swear to God.
Which one's Aaron Eckhart? Which one's him?
He was the one
Oh
that
my
played
God.
Harvey Dent.
Oh, right.
I'll check it
okay.
out when it comes out. I watched the documentary on the making of the Society of the Snow. That,
Oh, yeah.
You're all in on that.
There was it was a half-hour thing. It popped up on Netflix the other
you
day.
watched this?
Because I
You wanna
watched
watch
it.
this?
Right there, so I watched it.
I've heard
Society of the Snow was based on the Uruguayan rugby team that crashed into the into the Andes
It's
Mountains.
the alive story.
Into
just
his
now,
mountains. They
my-
crashed right into his mountains.
I didn't build those, but it's now a Latin or a South American version of that.
And it's nominated
movie.
for best foreign film, I believe. Yeah, at the Academy Awards. I started a list of that too because I watched 5 of the nominated movies for best picture.
really?
So I'm going to try and watch the other 5 too.
Yeah, I'm
before
gonna watch them too.
What are the 5?
I'm so ashamed I haven't even heard of all of them.
I'll give it to you right now. 'Cause
Oppenheimer for sure, and Killers of the Flower Moon.
Right.
And
I'll give you the
I mean,
5 that I watched. I watched Barbie,
Mm-hmm.
The Holdovers,
I watched
Killers
both
of the
of
Flower
those.
Moon,
Okay.
Maestro, and Oppenheimer.
The only one
Okay.
out of those I haven't seen yet is Maestro, but
Yep.
I definitely want to watch that.
But I haven't seen Anatomy of a Fall. I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, it's American fiction
Oh, Jeffrey
with
Wright.
Jeffrey
That
Wright.
was good.
I
That
might go
was
see
good,
that.
That's supposed to be a comedy too, I believe.
Yeah, it looks really funny.
And then Anatomy of a Fall. That's foreign. I believe it's like a Swedish movie.
Right, yeah.
Past Lives. I don't know what that
Yeah,
one is.
I've never heard of that one.
Poor Things. That's the Emma Stone.
Yeah, that looks good.
Where she gets naked.
She's like Frankenstein or
jeez.
something like that, right?
And the Zone of Interest. I think that's like is that sort of like a World War II
I have no
movie
idea.
or something like that. I'm not sure.
Speaking of World War II,
Speaking
I
of
just
World
saw
War II.
a
Go on.
documentary. I mean, not a documentary. The new Guy Ritchie movie.
Oh, what's this?
It's with Henry Cavill and the guy who plays Reacher.
Is it the?
And
Oh,
it's about the forming of the first mission of the British Secret Service
Oh,
during World War II.
interesting.
you said Henry Cavill. So what you
Henry
said?
Cavill and the guy who plays Reacher.
I'm in.
The new Reacher, not
Yeah,
Tom
the new
Cruise,
Re-
right?
no,
Yeah, I
not
know.
Tom
I
Cruise.
knew you were going for that
The
guy.
real
This is a
Reacher.
movie?
Yeah.
It's just came out?
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
out yet, or
called,
it's
like-
coming out.
It's coming out. The
Oh,
trailer just came
Oh, I
up
thought
on
you said
YouTube.
you saw it. You just
Do you know
saw
what
Saw
it.
it's
the
called?
trailer for it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called like the
I want to put it down. Here.
rules of gentlemanly warfare or something like that. Something
Oh.
like that. Ungentlemanly warfare.
I didn't hear that, but because he has another new movie coming out, Henry Cavill does, called Agent Argyle or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
That
with
started.
Bryce
That
Dallas
starts
Howard,
tomorrow.
right?
Yeah.
Bryce Dallas Howard, Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, some
Bryan
redhead. Yeah.
Cranston.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I saw him in the preview. It looks not good, but
I wasn't sure what it was about.
I didn't like those Kingsman movies, and I only saw
No,
the first
I
one.
didn't
I
either.
didn't like the first
The
one.
Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
That's it.
It sounds like they wanted to call it League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, exactly.
Change the name around. Like,
it's-
someone owns the
it
rights
was
to that.
based on a book, so I don't,
okay.
that was the name of the book.
I put it in my movie.
Speaking of World War II, and I know, Jay, you watched some of this already, but Masters of the Air started on Apple TV.
Yeah, 2 episodes.
I
so
only,
far, right?
I only watched the first 2. I don't
Yep.
know if there's another one out yet, but that's with Elvis, Aaron,
Austin Butler.
Austin
Yeah.
Butler, and the kid from Saltburn. He's
the kid.
the main kid
Oh,
from Saltburn.
wow.
Oliver, I
Okay,
guess.
yeah.
Something Kino.
Barry Keegan.
Barry
I think it's Barry
something?
Keegan or something like that.
So anyway, this is about the B-17 bombers that flew out of England into Germany during the war and stuff like that.
I like it so far,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's never going to compare to Band of Brothers because nothing can.
That's what you
can
said
ever
last week.
Nothing can ever compare to that. But the Pacific was really good so far. This is really good.
Yeah, I mean,
The scenes where they're in the planes, man, you feel tight, man. They are like 10 guys
Yes.
in
Yep.
something as big as this room, and they're
yeah,
all
you feel it.
got
You-
their own things to do,
Yeah.
and shit's getting shot at you while you're doing it. Yeah, it's good so far.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have enjoyed it as well. I think that's I play poker Saturday night with some goons, and then football all day Sunday. So that was like basically the Masters of the Year was the only thing I kind of watched all week because
I got one for you, Dana, that I watched. I watched the Love Has Won, the Cult of Mother God.
You did?
Yes.
Did you watch all of it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, what'd you
And,
think?
whew,
Right?
what is it?
she was blue.
Yeah.
Like her body
yeah.
was blue.
I know.
It's a documentary on Netflix.
I watched it, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and a woman, just an ordinary woman who
Usually
had
it's
probably
guys
a
that
good
lead
life
these cults,
ahead
but
of
it was
her.
a woman. Yeah.
And she was in her 20s when she just decided, I guess this was her thought process. I'm
She
going to
was
start
Mother
a cult.
God, yeah.
And
Good
she was
for her.
Mother God. And she started a cult, and all these people followed her.
Then she started having like father gods.
Yeah.
But she was like auditioning them. So
Yeah.
she was like, this one. Then the one guy became the father of the multiverse.
Was it like that,
he was
Oh,
the
that's
father.
right, there was a
Bond scene in History of the
multiverse.
World?
There was a
Yeah.
multiverse.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I guess she would get tired of one, and then be like,
Yeah.
you're
And this
Father
is-
God
this is
now.
real. Yeah, you said
Yeah, but
documentary,
then
right?
she drinks herself to death.
Oh.
Basically.
But not
yeah.
Spoiler.
without, well, but she's also drinking this other thing that's it's not a chemical. It's some
No,
kind
it's
of
colloidal.
mineral.
It's colloidal. Colloidal silver or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, is it like
Yeah.
that dude that turned
Yeah,
blue?
yep.
Like that guy?
Yes,
Yeah.
and then she
Yeah.
thought it was a
She
cure.
thought it was curing
They
her.
were selling it to people as a cure. People are buying
and
it.
she was just drinking
Well, that's-
alcohol all day,
Yeah.
every day, just like.
And I think maybe the
large
guy
amounts.
who turned blue was the first person to did he try to sue her or come after her when he turned blue? Because there was a man who
Sure,
turned
yeah.
blue, and they were like, nobody turns blue. And then here's Mother God
he
turning
like
blue.
blamed it on her. Like
Yeah,
he took her advice.
because
And,
people were buying it from them.
They just showed her in the bed when she was in the bed, and
Oh
she was
my
like,
God.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was a doll.
Yeah.
It looks like it's just like it doesn't look real.
Yeah, it's just amazing how
Insane.
people blindly, for no reason, just follow someone who just goes, "I'm God."
That guy who becomes Father God, he was such a piece of shit.
know.
I hate
know.
that guy.
Really?
How anybody
A
would want to
cult guy?
follow him, I have
Yeah.
no idea. He was just a piece of
And
shit.
he got someone else kicked out of that spot too. But then they were like, "Oh, well,
Remember,
now
he
you're
made
just-
his way back after so many
Yeah,
months. They
and-
left him somewhere, and then he finds where they're at.
They left him
and
like
gets-
in the middle of nowhere. They went to half the distance
Oregon?
of the
Didn't
country
they go to
away,
Oregon?
and he like walked to them. And she's like, "Oh,
He's like,
Father God again."
He quit
It's
meth
just
and he
crazy.
found them. That's what he did.
Yeah.
In the 6 months, he did a bunch of meth, got
They kicked him
clean,
out.
and then he
Yeah.
comes back to them and he's Father God.
As
Yeah.
one does.
Yeah,
As you're wont to do, yes.
Watch
it
this
was
documentary,
crazy.
kids. It's a 3-parter.
yeah. I didn't watch much this week because
What?
Football and poker?
football
Community.
and poker. No, we're rewatching Doctor Who. So
Oh, right, you were
we
telling me
watched
about
each of
that.
them.
Beginning too, right?
Yeah, well, from the 1960s. Yeah. So I really wanted to get to the David Tennant season, so I was like kind of pushing her, like, can we just watch
Who
one
starts
more?
it? Eccleston?
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
first new Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I guess they had problems and he ended up quitting or whatever. So they brought in David Tennant, which is awesome because he's so great. So we finally got to that point. So the only thing we watched, a movie on that's in the theaters now called Night Swim.
Oh, I've seen the commercials for
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That looks awful.
It's a
Please tell me it's
PG-13,
awful.
right? So it's not
Yeah,
good.
it's
Yeah, it can't be good.
PG-13.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a haunted pool.
I didn't pay attention to it. Yeah, so I was like, you know what? Growing up, we had a pool. I always had that
You have a
fear,
pool
even
now
as a little
too, right?
kid. Yeah. I had fear as a little kid, like swimming at night. There's a shark in there, even when it was daytime.
Yeah, I have that fear, too.
So I was like, oh, this will be fun because it'll,
Remember that happened in Sharknado? It was in the pool.
Oh my god, that was as a kid, because obviously my parents would be around, but they were like over there. So like,
Too far away to see it from
They
a
let
shark
you go in a
attack.
pool without supervision?
I mean, they were at a distance, but they weren't like today
My
where
mom was
you
never
sit
like
like.
that. My mom was always like, somebody had to be watching us. You know what I mean? We weren't allowed.
Okay, my dad's probably gonna get mad if he hears this, but there were times
Does
when
your dad
pulled,
listen, right?
he pulled the solar cover
Hello,
back
Mr.
like 8
Mr.
feet
Capaferi.
and be like, just don't go underneath the solar cover. Stay in this section. I'll be right over there.
I used to
Okay.
go underneath the solar cover
Yeah,
and just swim
right?
back and forth and then pop my head up just enough
Yeah.
to lift the solar cover up to
You
breathe.
take a breath. Yeah. But
That's
it was
scary,
it was
man. I
really
don't do that
bad. No, I wouldn't do it now. Even as an adult, I'm like, if I want to go swimming, I make Tara like come outside.
Watch Society of the Snow when they get stuck in a plane with the snow and you don't have that much room up top. And no, thank you.
No. But yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Well, let's say hello to your dad if he's listening.
Hi, Dad. Sorry. My mom's not listening, so it's not like she'll ever know.
My mom always asks, "Are you doing your Google thing this weekend?" She doesn't remember the name, so she'll call it the Google thing sometimes.
Aw.
But I was like, "Podcast," and she's like, "Yeah, that whatever it's called."
My mom listens. Hi, Mommy.
My parents don't know I'm here.
And the only other thing I started watching season 2 of a show, not season 1. I don't know why I started season 2.
You like Brian Alpin now?
Did you just start in the middle of his show?
Yeah, I did. Because I've been seeing a lot on TikTok, and I was like, oh, this looks really cute. I don't think I need to watch season 1. So it's called, I'm so embarrassed. It's called Love on the Spectrum.
Oh, you gotta
saw the
watch the first
commercial
season,
for that.
man. If you wanna-
It's
There's
so cute. I
There's
love it.
like an Australian version of that too.
Is there?
Yeah, because I was flipping through it and I was like, what's this? And then I flipped a little further and I'm like, here it is again. No, wait, that's from Australia.
That's called Love on the Spectrum,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Yeah.
It goes the other
Down
way.
under.
It spins the other way.
But it's really sweet. And I started watching because I kept seeing clips of this kid on TikTok who was on the spectrum, and he's one fun, and he was just so funny, and it's really cute. And I thought when I first saw it last year popping up, I was like, oh, I hope they're not,
Exploiting these
people, but they're absolutely not. And it's really nice, and you can kind of see like what it's like to go through life like that and trying to find love. And yeah, I like it a lot. So I've been watching that. And that's it. That's all I
right.
got.
Did you tell me you got to get to your music?
I
right?
got music stuff. So, Mike, you probably don't know this, but I said at the beginning of the year, I'm going to listen to an album a day
Okay.
for as long as I can. So, I found this website, 1001 albums you got to listen to before you die, and this is a generator. It gives you an album every day. So,
And it's no specific order or anything like that.
specific order,
not
no
counting down or anything,
no
right?
specific genre. I've had the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I've had Gorillaz. I've had Dwight Yoakam. I've had Jane's Addiction,
Miles Davis.
Husker Du, Miles Davis, Susie and the Banshee, so Prince.
Radiohead.
So the Radiohead, terrible album.
I was going to say, how many have you skipped?
None. I've listened to every single one. Some I have been just at work and like I don't pause it when I get up to walk out of my office. I'm just like, this is terrible. So this week, like some of these were weird, like G Love and the Special Sauce. I was like, I don't know
I've
who
heard
the fuck
of
these
I've
guys
heard of
are.
them.
They're like
Yeah.
from Philly, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
definitely
I
from
thought
Philly
so.
because
Okay.
of course I have to look up each one as I'm doing this. I go to Wikipedia and read things. So
I've seen them like
they are
open
like,
for other bands, but I've never been like
Yeah.
at a show that they were at.
like
Yeah.
they are like a Beck sounding kind of band,
Yeah.
like experimental, kind of weird, not really
College
singing.
radio kind
yeah,
of,
not
yeah.
really
Yeah.
singing, kind of talk singing and stuff like that. It was fine. I mean, I'll never listen to them again, but I wasn't.
If it comes
waiting
up on
for
the
it to-
generator, you will.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know if they have another album on here, but they were just kind of like, all right, this is whatever it is. Today was actually Creedence's Green River, great album. That's
Yeah.
their third album.
What if Creed came up? Would you skip that?
I might skip Creed. I doubt.
I don't think that's
I
gonna
doubt
come up.
Creed's got an album on the top 1,000, but you never
About
know.
never know.
Nickelback.
Was that?
That album was
Nickelback.
huge. Though.
No, Nickelback. I
That
doubt
Creed
it.
album was very big.
Yeah,
it
but-
sold huge.
That's true.
It was big,
All right,
yeah.
one of the albums I got the other day, and this is probably going to be controversial, Jason. I don't think you're a big fan of these guys, but Green Day, Dookie.
I like Green Day.
Oh, do you? Okay. I mean, this is the
I
album.
mean, not now. I like.
Yeah,
I like.
I mean, no one likes it now, but this was like the album that broke. Although I saw them in concert a couple of years ago.
I saw them at City
not
Gardens.
being
They weren't
so-
even the headliner.
That's crazy.
That was
That is
crazy.
Really?
Talking about like seeing Foo Fighters like
Yeah.
a shock, seeing.
I forget.
Green
I
Day.
forget who the headliner was, but they were the second band to go on. It was crazy.
But Dookie is a great album. It really is a great album. I mean, you know every single song on there.
Right.
Like as I'm listening
Yeah.
to it, I'm like, geez, I forgot all these songs were on here, but great album. I really enjoyed that. But like I saw them a couple years ago. It was Weezer,
Fallout Boy.
Fall Out Boy, and Green Day. And I remember when Green Day was going to come on as a headliner, I looked at the kids and Michelle, I'm like, we can go now if you want. We don't have to stay. They were amazing. They put on such a good show. I was like into
played
it
a lot
after.
of songs.
Yeah, and so I think Michelle and I are going to see them again this year. She was like,
Yeah,
"What did
they're
Green Day
They're
play
playing
this
Who
with
song?"
are they playing
Smashing
with this year?
Pumpkins this year.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
really?
Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah,
And Rancid.
And
Really?
yeah,
yeah,
that's what we're going to.
Bill.
That's
That'll be
like
fun.
it's like in November or something like that. It's so far away. So anyway, those were the albums of the week, except for this one. Actually, Suede was another one this week that I got.
Suede?
Suede. They're like a
British.
British
Pop.
90s pop, like kind of
Yeah.
they want to be the
I've heard of
Cure.
them,
They
yeah.
want to be
Yeah.
the Cure. They want to be the Smiths. They are not as good as Oasis or Blur or those kinds of bands. I was just like, I gave that a
Wanna be
2. I was
Pet
just
Shop
like,
Boys.
yeah, just
Yeah.
kind of moaning, synthy kind of garbage. I was like, ugh, whatever. I'd rather listen to the Cure. Anyway. I got to this album the other day, and I was like, do I even want to listen to this album? I'm going to listen to it, but do I want to listen to this album? I'm not even going to give you hints because I don't want to spend that much time talking about them.
Oh, come on.
I guessed it though.
What's the first song?
If I give you the first
Oh,
song,
yeah.
you'll guess it immediately because
okay.
it's, I guess, his biggest song of all time. It's a he. It's
Billy Ray Cyrus.
It's 1999. It is. I don't even know what to call it. Whether it's rap or rock or country.
Everlast?
Or it's rap, rock, country. It's
I know what it
it's
is.
none
Oh,
of them.
Everlast?
I remember
Nope,
what it is.
it's none of them. It's all. He wanted to do this. He failed at that. He
My
wanted to-
name is.
Yeah, it is that guy, Kid Rock,
Yep.
Devil
name is
Without a Cause. Devil Without a Cause. So it's Bob Did a Ba, that song, and Cowboy, and
Oh my.
it is possibly
Garbage.
the worst
Garbage.
71 minutes I've ever spent in my life. Like as it was playing, I'm like, why do I keep doing this to myself? Like there's no law stating that I have to listen to this
Well,
album. I can turn it
yes.
off whenever I want.
That's in your
You can.
algorithm now.
You
That's
can.
in his
but
algorithm.
You have to punch yourself in the nuts.
And I'd rather punch myself in the nuts than ever listen
And it's
to
going to
anything
come
by
on
Kid
ours
Rock
now
ever
because we
again.
were talking about it. It's going to come on our
I
algorithm.
walked up to Dana to say, I'm like, listen, I'm listening to this album right now. It's the worst thing I've ever heard. And you guessed
Yeah,
it. You're
I
like, let me
eventually
guess who it is. And so she guessed who it was. It was Kid Rock. And I was like, there's some song, whatever song it is, it doesn't matter because it fucking all blows. My name's Kid Rock. That is my name. And if you ask me again, I'll tell you the same. I'm like, Is he 3 years old?
That was
I'm
like when I was a
is
kid.
he
When I was
3 years
they would
old.
say, "What's your name?" I'd be like, "Jason." They say, "Where you from?" You're like, and they would just mess with you. They'd make you say the same things over and
yeah.
over again. You know, what's
It
your name?
was.
Jason.
It's.
My name is Kid.
I mean, it's the only, so far it's the only album on
He
this
had a
thing.
midget on that one
Yeah,
too,
Joe
right?
C.
Yeah.
Joe C. sings on one song where it's all him.
That's
I'm like,
probably a better
okay.
song.
It was not the worst song. That song where he says that my name is. It's called the to party with the devil or something like that.
All I
It's
remember is that
the
my
worst
name
song.
is
Yeah.
Kid.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and he thought he was like,
It's dreadful.
Yeah.
It's the worst album. It's the only one I've given a 1-2 so far on here.
Full
So
length
it's
mink coat and no shirt
Yes.
and track pants.
You know, there was when that came out, I was
Horrible.
21 in '99. So,
Okay.
you know, going to bars for the first time and hanging out, and there were so many guys at that time who were just so Kid Rock coded.
I could see him. They had
Let me
like
guess.
long hair.
Yeah, just like
Baseball hat backwards.
yeah, like it was. There were so many of them.
But it
and
was
every
like
one
short
of
on
them.
top, but they had long hair and it was feathered back.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
could
I will
see it.
say, Kid Rock in Joe Dirt was actually funny, but that has nothing to do with his music,
That was
and,
acting,
and
yeah.
he's not in it that
Somebody
much.
wrote
but-
that role for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I heard "Body to Body" the first time, I'm like, "Oh, what's this? I've never heard anything
Yeah.
like this before." And then by like the third time I heard it, I'm like, "I don't think I want to hear this anymore." And then I remember when "Cowboy" came out as a single, I'm like, "This is the same guy."
I
I'm like,
remember
"This
when
is
that song came
terrible."
out with Sheryl Crow, and I was just like, ugh.
But
I remember the name of it, but I just know it was a song that Kid Rock and Sheryl
Yeah.
Crow
Like,
did
why would
Yes.
Sheryl Crow debase herself and like do a song with him?
But I'd rather listen to Kid Rock than Limp Bizkit.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
they're in the
no,
same.
I'd
They're in
rather
the same
listen to
camp.
Limp
I
Bizkit.
kind of want to go see Limp Bizkit in concert now because Corey Feldman's
I-
opening.
I would go and
Are
see
you
it for
serious?
that. Yes, every day.
And do you know also, I think I told you guys before, Fred Durst now is a cowboy. And
Oh.
An actual cowboy?
Yeah, so
Like
he
a ranch man?
performed.
He has
Yeah.
Is that his real hair too? That's like
Like
gray.
that
I think
feathered
so,
gray
yeah.
with the big handlebar mustache and
Yeah,
stuff like
he was
that.
performing with them, and you know their guitar player wears like that weird black makeup.
Yeah,
It's
Lex
all black,
Orland, yeah.
and then he performs like that still. But Fred Durst performs like he's
A
been living
grandpa.
on Yellowstone with his cowboy hat and his belt buckle and his flannel.
Maybe
tucked
he wants to
in.
be a cowboy.
I think he does.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's very weird.
I saw Limp Bizkit because they opened for Faith No More,
Oh,
Did they
they?
really?
and they
Wow.
came out.
I missed that tour.
I didn't see
Thank
that
God.
either. Yeah.
They had a giant toilet on stage, and I think they climbed out of it. Was how they started
Oh.
the show.
I was
I
supposed
mean,
to go
like
to.
giant, like the size of this room.
my
I was
God.
supposed to go to Woodstock '99 and couldn't at the last second. I mean, I'd been to '94, so I was
Right.
kind of excited to go to '99.
What kept you from going?
I don't remember now. Like
Common sense.
I was with Michelle already, and I was going with Dan. Dan was going, and I couldn't go, and he was kind of pissed at me because I couldn't go. And then when I heard about what happened, I was like, thank God I didn't fucking go. But it was all Fred Durst's fault. I want to blame Kid Rock.
Dan
I was
went
gonna-
solo?
I was- yeah, I think he went
It
solo.
wasn't just Fred Durst.
No, I know. I was going to blame Kid Rock. I was going to say it's all Kid Rock's fault. He wasn't even there. I don't even know if his album had come out yet.
The Chili Peppers playing Fire as everybody's setting fire to everything.
But
Yeah.
you know, they
Yeah.
did
Not
that.
the
They did
smartest
that in
move.
'94 too. They either headlined or Bob Dylan played after them, but Chili Peppers were one of the last bands, and everybody was burning everything at the end. We
Did
were
you watch
burning
that
our chairs
documentary?
and shit like
That was a good documentary
Yeah,
on
the '99
Netflix,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
I think we're going to have to call this one. Go to Spreaker, download, rate, subscribe, review, do all those fun things. We're the exciting new podcast on all our socials. The Jazoo on Instagram, Jazoo74 on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. This has been the exciting and new mini podcast, and I'm Jason.
Gonzo1 on Twitter, Gonzo1970 on Instagram. I'm Andy.
Dana Caps on TikTok and Twitter. Dana Caps 77 on Instagram. I'm Dana.
Yeah.
I'm Mike, and you'll never find me.
I know where he is. I can find him.
He's my friend on Instagram. Jason Hunt on Facebook.